Hey, it's Pastor John here with Coram Church, just responding to another text question from the first sermon in our series called Heaven and Hell. It says this: you talked a lot about a physical heaven, the restored earth. Is there a spiritual heaven where we go to when we die before the restoration of the world? Great question, and I did not clarify that on Sunday. I'm planning on clarifying that at the end of the series. But to answer the question, yes. When you think of heaven, you need to think of God's space, and when you think of earth, you're thinking of man's space. And so the question is, if God is going to come and to make all things new, what happens to somebody when they die in the meantime? And that in-between stage is something that Randy Alcorn in his book Heaven calls an intermediate heaven. And this is what he means, that when we die, our bodies die. They get planted into the ground, or they get disposed of in some way, but what happens to the soul? And so you see the Apostle Paul in Philippians and also in 2 Corinthians talking about being with Christ, and that being a desirable thing for him. And I think what he's saying is that when our bodies die, our souls go to be with God in God's place as we await the restoration of all of creation, at which point our bodies will be renewed, they'll be resurrected, and the soul will be reunited with the body in a way that we don't fully understand. But I do believe that our soul does go to be with God in God's space as we await the day when God makes all things new. So yes, they do go to be with God. That is in God's space. Is it a spiritual heaven, if it's helpful to use that word? Yeah. But I think what's important to know is that the end is not going to be detachment from the body or detachment from God's created world, but it's going to be life in a radically transformed and renewed world. And when we die before that day, we go to be with God to wait for that day. So, great question. Again, I plan on clarifying that more at the end of our series, but glad that you asked it, and just thanks for the opportunity to respond. Hope that was helpful, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.